It was a beautiful jazz party in Newport Beach, California. The food was awesome. The happiest guy there was my buddy. His name, Fast Eddie. Why did they call him Fast Eddie? Because he was picking up ladies faster than the speed of light. Even at 88 years old, he still had it. I was a hospice volunteer, and while Fast Eddie was doing his thing, I was carrying the oxygen and pushing the wheelchair. Fast Eddie had 8 days to live, and he was the life of the party. Amazing. Even though he was the one using the oxygen, I found him to be a breath of fresh air. We all need oxygen to survive. I learned 3 valuable life lessons while working at hospice. Lesson number 1 was to be grateful for every moment of your life. 2 years ago, I was homeless, sleeping on an 8x8 floor with a family of 4. There was hardly any room there for my son, who was 6 foot 3 inches tall. I had nothing except my family. I was grateful for being alive and having a healthy family. Doesn't matter if you're rich or if you're poor, it just matters to appreciate what you have at this present moment. There's people that are worse off than you right now at this moment. One day I was driving, while I was waiting for the red light to turn green, I looked over to the park and I saw some homeless sleeping in the park on some cardboard boxes. I said to myself, Joe, it could be worse. My second lesson I learned was to follow your dreams. I came from a small town in California, dropped out of high school when I was 17. I had over 21 jobs searching for my dream job, which is to become a motivational speaker and make a big change in the world. When my son joined the gang at 13, that's when I decided to move out of a city where mediocre was the norm. I searched the internet. I found a city, Irvine, California. Never heard of it, but it said it was one of the safest cities in the US. So first things first, I needed a job. I got the job. I was so happy, but there was one problem. Where was I gonna sleep? My family was still back home. I slept in my car a couple days. That wasn't a great idea, but I did the next best thing. I drove from Irvine to Oxnard, round trip, 6 hours every day. At this job, I met a co-worker who shared his life journey with me. He said he had come from Mexico to the US illegally with his family. They walked 35 miles in 120-degree weather. Unfortunately, his wife didn't make it. I said to myself, Joe, it could be worse. The third life lesson I learned was to love every minute of your life. When my daughter was 1.5 years old, she had difficulties walking. After 2 MRIs, they found a brain tumor. They inserted 2 shunts, one on her head, one up behind her ear. They're like valves to drain water from her head to her stomach. I'm happy to announce she's doing great. She's 17, she'll be graduating from high school. But while I was at the hospital, I noticed children that were very ill and had days to live. I said to myself, Joe, it could be worse. After Newport Beach jazz party with Mr. Fast Eddie, I took him home, not before he whispered something in my ear. He said, Joe, remember that redhead who was sitting right next to you? I said, Yes, what about her? I got her phone number, and she's only 68 years old. Yes! Sometimes people complain about little problems in their life, while other people are fighting for their lives. It could be worse.